The temperature fell to -30 degrees Celsius. The wind didn't howl. It screamed, as if the steppe itself was angry. On the night of November 19th, 1942, tens of thousands of German soldiers stood in the ruins of Stalingrad, wrapped in thin coats, boots frozen stiff, fingers numb. And for the first time since the war began, many of them understood something terrifying. This was not a setback. This was not a delay. They were going to die here. Stalingrad was no longer a battle. It was a grave waiting to be filled. Just months earlier, the German Sixth Army believed they were unstoppable. They had crushed Poland, broken France, driven deep into the Soviet Union. Adolf Hitler wanted Stalingrad not just for strategy, but for symbolism, a city with Stalin's name. If it fell, the Soviet spirit would break. German officers promised their men, another hard fight, and the war in the East will be won. But Stalingrad fought back. The Soviets didn't defend streets. They defended rooms, staircases, broken walls. German soldiers joked that the war had turned into Rattenkrieg, the war of rats. Every meter cost blood. Yet still, the Germans believed victory was coming. Until the snow arrived. Winter came fast and without mercy. Engines froze, weapons jammed, supply trucks disappeared into white nothingness. German soldiers had no winter uniforms. Some wrapped newspapers around their legs. Others stole coats from the dead. Frostbite became more feared than bullets. One soldier wrote home, "The cold crawls inside you. You cannot escape it. You just wait for the numbness." Still, command insisted, "Hold your positions." They did not know what the Soviets were planning, but the Red Army had been waiting. Patiently. At dawn, on November 19th, the earth shook, not from tanks, but from artillery. Thousands of Soviet guns opened fire at once. This was Operation Uranus. Instead of attacking the strong German center, the Soviets smashed through the weaker Axis flanks, Romanian troops, poorly equipped, freezing, overwhelmed. By sunset, Soviet armored columns were pouring through the gaps. Within days, the trap was closing. German soldiers in Stalingrad heard rumors at first, then facts, then silence. The radio crackled, and finally the truth arrived. They were encircled. Over 250,000 men, cut off. No escape. That night, the night German soldiers never forgot, there were no speeches, no orders shouted, but just men sitting in ruins, staring into fires made from broken furniture. They could hear Soviet tanks in the distance, closing in. One officer whispered a sentence that spread like poison. "No relief force is coming." They counted ammunition, counted cigarettes, counted days of food. Some laughed hysterically, others prayed. Some simply stared into the darkness. A veteran sergeant said quietly, "This is how armies die, not charging, but waiting." That night, hope froze solid. Berlin ordered the Sixth Army to hold the city at all costs. Hermann Göring promised supplies would arrive by air. They didn't. Transport planes crashed. Airfields vanished under snowfire and shellfire. Instead of food, soldiers received leaflets. Instead of ammunition, Rumors. Hitler refused retreat. Stalingrad must be held. So men ate frozen horse meat, boiled leather, shared single bullets. Wounded soldiers were left where they fell. The living envied the dead.